Alright, Tomboy.fancy, welcome to DJ 836 World again for the second time.
Yes.
And the last time you were here, we were talking about how you grew up in Maryland. Do you still want to talk about exactly where it was in Maryland?
I mean, I was born Greater Southeast Hospital, the ghetto hospital. I was in D.C. for like maybe I want to say 4 or 5 years of my life. Then we moved to Hyattsville, Maryland.
Yeah.
And I was pretty much raised there for some years. I moved to Oxon Hill when I was like maybe 12 or something like that. And I pretty much been there ever since.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Oxon Hill is the hood. Okay?
Oxon Hill?
Yeah. Oxon Hill.
Yeah, so and the last time we met, it feels like your music kind of evolved a lot. And I've been through several of your talent show, and I've seen you performing a lot, and the music kind of grew a lot since the last time. I think it's been a year, almost a year.
Yeah.
So, I see the improvement. So how is the music now? The writing process got better, right?
Hell yeah, the music is good. My producer, he has a great sound now, because it's like, I'll say every couple of months, he'll add new equipment to his studio.
Yeah.
Good equipment at that, expensive equipment. And so that really has everything to do with, helping my sound get better. Because at first when I started doing music, the lyrics, everything was good. How I flow on the beat is good. But, it's all in the quality of the mixing and mastering and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So over time, the music definitely got good.
Yeah. So as far as the inspiration now, like what are the topics now you kind of cover? Because I remember the song you had, Folk 12.
Yes.
Is it all the topics still around those?
Yeah. I mean, right now I want to pretty much cover everything. As far as what my fans request, and also just my upbringing and stuff like that. Throw that into my music.
Yeah.
My everyday life, and just my thoughts on anything. I just like to throw all of that stuff in my music. Fuck 12, that'll be out soon. I just need to get that cleaned up, because that was one of the songs that I did where the song was good, but the quality wasn't there.
Okay.
So I'm gonna get him to fix that. Hell yeah, fuck 12 every day. You know it. Know it.
So how about the inspiration? Where is the inspiration is coming from now? Because eventually, you're growing. In your career and personally. Your life is changing every year, or now and then. So, where is the inspiration is coming from these days?
Just myself again, with my upbringing and what I feel like involve me, everything that involves me, my life, and what I've went through, what I'm going through, and all of that stuff like that. That's what I'm inspired by. I look at other artists, and of course we all have mutual things that we talk about in our music and stuff like that. But I don't really see these other artists as like someone who I will really look up to be able to influence me on what I should put in my music.
Yeah.
But I hear them, I see them, I hear them, I understand. But other than that, I'm my own influencer. Okay.
So, has the recording process changed that much? Still.
So with the recording, my producer and I.
Easy.
Yes, easy on the beat. Okay, him and I, we work so hard because he's in Pennsylvania and I'm here, in the DMV. So Pennsylvania is like 2 hours, and his part in Shippensburg, it's like 2.5 hours away from me. Sometimes I'm so busy with doing this, that, and going this place and that place, I can't always get to him.
Yeah.
So I do have a second studio guy, Sice King or whatever, he in DC. But if I can't get to none of them, my main guy, Easy, what we'll do is we do virtual studio sessions where we'll get on like, Facebook or Instagram or whatever, and then we'll get on like a video chat.
Oh.
And I will hum him, like something, and tell him to make a beat out of, what I'm sounding
Okay.
off. And he'll make a beat just like, how I sounded it off, and we'll listen to it while we're video chatting and stuff like that. And he'll send me the beat, through email, and I'll pretty much write to it if I don't already have lyrics wrote down or whatever that I can fit into the beat.
Yeah.
And then we'll go from there. And then the next time when I do meet up with him, I'll just have like maybe 40 songs, already written down with the beats that he sent me, and we'll just get in and, do that.
Oh, okay, that's great.
Yeah.
It feels like you guys understand each other pretty much very
Yes.
well.
We done argued
Yeah.
and we done fought, but we do understand each other, okay? You gotta have an understanding with your producer. Because,
It's very important though.
yes.
As far as the role models, we're all is it kind of changes right over time as you evolve as an artist. So who are your role models now as far as the industry is concerned?
Beyonce.
Okay.
I ain't gonna hold you. I say that because, one, she the best bitch in the world. And I'm not a Beehive fan. Actually, I'm really not big of a fan of anybody in the industry. I really don't pay too much attention to a lot of people. You could name a lot of artists and I would not know them. And people would look at me crazy. Like, how you don't know, 21 Savage, or how you don't know songs from, whoever. But it's just, I don't pay attention to these people because too many of these people, when I look at their shows and all of that stuff like that on my Instagram, they'll get on stage, they'll have a bunch of niggas and bitches in the background, and all they do is jump around, recite their lyrics and all of that, and then go. That shit gets boring after a while. Beyonce, I love her because she actually put her hard work and effort and her soul into not only her music, but her performance.
Yeah.
And when you get out here in this industry, not only do you have to be an artist, but you got to be an entertainer. Okay, you got to know how to wow these people, with more than just your lyrics, or you're not going to go far, or you're going to be a one-hit wonder. So Beyonce got it, and I look at her almost like every night because when I go out and do my shows, I want to put on that type of performance. So at first I was doing that. I would have a bunch of niggas, females and stuff in the background jumping around with me, or it'd just be me. But I've hired some people. I've hired some dancers. So my next show that's coming up or whatever, you'll definitely see all of that. You'll see how, my music and how my performance have changed. Plus, I'm a dancer myself, so I may as well. May as well.
All right. So the last time we talked, I understand you have a team in place. Is that changed over time, or you still have the same people helping? I know you have a producer. Oh, I don't know if you have a lawyer now, or
I always keep a lawyer.
Okay.
Always keep a lawyer on standby. I don't care how broke a bitch may be. I don't care, how flat on my ass I may be. Always, at the least, keep a lawyer. Because people will try to play with you, especially a person like me who's really, coming up on a rise. And, people see that I'm doing good and others are doing well.
Yeah.
They'll try to play you. Especially if you're young, because now in the industry, a lot of youngins are coming up, which I'm thankful for because, But, yeah, people will try to play with you. They'll try to tell you anything. What's the guy named Blueface? And I don't know him like that. I never really listened to his music, but I hear a lot of him. And I saw recently on
Breakfast Club
on the radio station, he had an interview with the radio station, and they pretty much kind of went on him because he just got a record deal by somebody, and they exposed him because he didn't really look over his contract
to see like,
and he just signed it just because it was a deal, and everybody's so pressed to get signed. And they was going on his ass because they was like, okay, well, did you read your deal? Did you, do any of that? And he was just like, oh, I read my deal, but he didn't look sincere about that shit. So don't let nobody play with you. Always keep that lawyer. Okay?
But isn't that the role of a lawyer to make sure
Yes.
the paperwork is right?
Yes. Yes, definitely the role of a lawyer. And he probably has a lawyer, but I'm not sure if he do or don't. If he do, the lawyer or him, is not smart about what the fuck they're doing and what business they're getting into.
Yeah.
And again, that's why you got to be careful as a youngin'. All of these youngers are coming up. So they going to use you. They going to throw you out there,
Yeah.
use what they can get out your ass, and keep it moving. And if you don't make it, or if whatever, that's on you. Okay?
Yeah.
So definitely have yourself a lawyer. I had a manager, my first interview with you or whatever.
Yeah.
I had a manager, and the manager wasn't really doing, what they were supposed to be doing. So now, I'm on my own and stuff like that. And it didn't take me that long to notice I needed to get rid of this manager.
Okay.
And I just need to do shit on my own.
Okay. So when it comes to your networking and communication part and the system you have in place, I've noticed your followers kind of, has gone up considerably. Like,
yes.
What was the change?
So I'm gonna be real and upfront with people, because I don't know what it is about people. People just want to lie all the time, and it's unnecessary. For what? So what I did was, I invested.
Okay.
And that's how I'm going to throw it to you. I invest in myself, okay?
Yeah.
I pay for my followers, and I pay for them to go up. I think I was at like maybe, 3K followers or something. I paid for like 10K of them. So I got to like 13K followers. And then after that, I guess I may have been popping up on like the explore little part of Instagram or whatever. Yeah. And people started following me and following me and following me. Because once they see that you got like 13K followers, then people want to see who you are, what it is that you're doing. Why is she so lit? Why does she have all these followers? So once I, pay for those amount of followers, then more and more people wanted to come. And then, of course, I'm a female, so it's more easier for people to attract themselves to a female, a sexy one at that.
Yeah.
So I started putting up, like, real cute, photos, sexy photos of me, shit that I never done before, and all of that stuff for myself as well as the music. And shit, more people they just been coming, okay? I ain't got no shame in my game, okay?
Yeah.
If I'm gonna spend it, I'm gonna spend it.
As far as putting the music out there, so what is the system you're using right now? SoundCloud?
I'm still using SoundCloud. I'm going to start using YouTube, but I didn't want to really use YouTube until I started having more of my visuals out.
Yeah.
And then I'm going to be using World Star Hip Hop as well, because again, you got to invest in yourself wisely. Spend your money wisely. And so I'm using SoundCloud, Tomboy.fancy. You can look that up. Once you search Tomboy.fancy, you'll see all of my music pop up.
Okay.
My SoundCloud, my YouTube is the same thing, Tomboy.fancy or whatever. But what I do on my YouTube is I just put my songs up there with a video of the lyrics. So I put the lyric videos up now. And then with World Star, I'll just have them posting my actual visuals on there. And then, I'll go from there.
All right. Sounds great.
Mm-hmm.